And welcome to Underdog, the Underdog Jets podcast with Wayne Chrebet after preseason game number one. Wayne, I know you told me you liked a couple of young Jets and what they did. Who's the first guy to come to mind?
Obviously the running back, Allen, the kid from Wisconsin. Uh, just from watching his film when he got drafted, I hadn't seen him play much. The way
Mhm.
he runs angry, man. If I had to single someone out, that would be him. But a lot of the young guys are getting opportunities. What did you see? What was said from the coaching staff coming out of the first preseason game?
I think for the most part, Salah stuck to his usual script. I think he was happy with the overall depth because Washington played their starters pretty much
Yeah,
from the get-go, and the Jets did not. And even though Washington came down and scored, it's not like they played bad. The Jets backups, I mean, they played okay. So I think the depth was solid.
yeah.
Um, but I also think Salah was a little bit annoyed at the sloppiness of the start of the game. Like, remember last year, what was their big problem other than the quarterback position? They got off to horrible starts and they had penalties and they were
Right.
undisciplined. I know it's preseason, but I think he was annoyed that they had a false start. They had to call timeout because 12 guys were on. They were a little disorganized. So I think
Gotcha.
happy with the talent, but annoyed with that stuff.
Gotcha. Hey, I wanted to real quick. Did you watch any of the Olympics?
I have not seen a minute. Very uncharacteristic. I have not seen a minute of it.
Listen, I bought Peacock just so I could watch the Olympics
Yep.
and some reality shows. But anyway, the USA basketball, the women's was awesome too. They've won how many years in a row. But Steph Curry, I've never seen anybody get on a heater in any sport like I saw him in that gold medal
I,
game.
I
It,
saw
it,
the highlights, and I don't think the highlights do it justice, to be
yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
Because
listen, me, Cade, and Griffin were watching and screaming every shot he hit this and that. My other son was napping, and he's like, "How many people are in the house right now?" He thought there was a house full of people. We were screaming, and just the track and field and gymnastics and all that stuff. It's just amazing to watch. Just made you feel good. You know what I mean?
yep.
So yeah, listen, we're talking about the young guys getting a chance to make their impact. What did you think of the two young quarterbacks? I was asking you, where they stand. Obviously, Tyrod is the backup, and I want to talk a little bit about what he did in the inter squad scrimmage.
Yeah, Tyrod. Well, first of all, for those who don't know, the joint practice with Washington was Thursday, so 2 days before the game, and it
Yeah,
was in the middle of the rain window, so it was miserable. I was there Thursday; it was just miserable, and Saleh said afterwards, hinted that Rodgers wanted to play, but they held him out because of the rain.
yeah,
So Tyrod took the reins, and him and Garrett Wilson tore it up. Wayne, every time we looked, Garrett Wilson was scoring again on a vertical. It
yeah,
wasn't just receptions, it was deep receptions. Then at one point, I saw all the media around the offense on the offensive field. So I said, I'm going to go cover the defense because no one else is. So I went to the other field and I look over from time to time and there's Garrett Wilson dancing in the end zone again. He just kept tearing it up.
yeah. He's obviously a focal point. But just watching him up close, you can see that's as close as you're gonna get to. It's obviously practice, but you're jamming, you're tackling, you're doing all
Mhm.
the things you would do in a game. Obviously, you're competing. When you go against the same teammates, all practice, all these weeks, it's tough. But you see where you're at when you go in these inter squad practices. But yeah, lots of exciting stuff. I always talk about Tyrod. Oh, that's funny. So Aaron didn't practice, and Herm was on, just saying how football players are supposed to play football. It doesn't matter the weather. And I
Yes.
love Herm. I love Herm
Yes.
come out and say that. But it's a situation where I don't mind him not practicing. If he
I
wants
know
to,
I
he
don't.
doesn't. I just want to see him Monday night in San Fran, and I think everybody agrees with that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't be a total ass. Like, yes, we're both in the same camp that football players play. Rodgers wants to play, and I tip my cap to him. But there are some situations that are so unique that you just got to say, no, let's hold you out. And this is one of those situations, you know?
Yeah, right on. What is this here?
So before we share some film, let's get into a little Braylon Allen and the quarterbacks and Brownlee, that nice fade touchdown.
Yeah.
For everyone listening, hey, if you want to ask Wayne a question, super chat him. We'll get your comment up right away. JetX YouTube memberships are still coming. I know that I said this last week, but I'm putting the video together. I put the video together today, so they're coming. They're going to drop any day, and we're going to do meet and greets with Wayne soon. I think the week before week 1, we'll try to find availability for you, Wayne.
Okay, cool.
So if you want to ask Wayne a question, super chat in the comments. We'll be all over it, and then we're going to get into some film. And of course, subscribe at Jets X Factor. Use discount code 80. I think Fialco just put up a film article that's behind the paywall, which is really good.
Cool.
But Braylon Allen, obviously Jets win 2017, a little sloppy in the beginning. And I know people say it's preseason, no big deal. But that's going to be a theme for me, you know, limit the penalties and get out to good starts. I mean, that's a game planning thing, but I mean, how is this offense not going to run through Hall and Braylon Allen?
I don't know, man. Between the two of them, you got what do they say, lightning and thunder.
Yeah,
they're going to complement each other well. Just curious if Allen's going to be the inside the 5 kind of guy, or Brees is going to get all the touches. But I'm going to take
strange.
Brees. Yeah, I'm going to take Brees in fantasy, so I'm hoping he's that guy.
Yeah, dude, Brees has got to be at least a top 5 pick, right?
Yeah. I pointed this one out watching this play. He knew enough Allen to stop on the sideline where he can keep his feet in and make himself available. That's a hard catch when you're coming back. And that quarterback's on the run. That ball's humming. It was a good hand catch. Just the little things that I noticed that are impressive.
Yeah, and it's not a crazy play. It's 3rd and long. It doesn't lead to anywhere, but you know, he's not blocking. The protection breaks down right away. So Tyrod tries to make something happen. And, you know, he's not technically supposed to do a wheel, right? I mean, generally speaking, he's supposed to hang in the flat, yet he sees Tyrod come to him. So he adjusts.
Yeah, he just finds empty space.
Yeah. So like you said, is he going to be the goal line guy?
I don't know.
It's one of those weird situations where I think Hall, Allen, and Davis are all the same type of back. And it's just 1, 2, 3 down the line, regular 3rd down and goal line, you know?
Yeah. Here's a comment like Allen. Dano Jets said, can't believe I heard that he didn't run angry enough for his size in college. I'm not seeing that anymore. And maybe it's because the defense is bigger, but I don't care. He's running hard. Dude, he ran hard in college. You see what he looks like in person?
Yes.
Dude, he is jacked, man. He's
a monster.
Tough kid. Seems like he, my kind of player, my kind of guy. But yeah, he runs angry, and Corley runs angry. And I told you, he'll start showing up more in films and stuff once these games play, where he actually could show a run after the catch and stuff like that.
Here's his first big run, I think, for 16 yards. What do you got? 3 receivers, tight ends, so 11 personnel, nickel on D. They're really sagged with the corners. I think this is one where Fashanu does a great job. Look at. I mean, he's like in a 9 here, so wide. Yet Fashanu gets across him. Oh no, this is not the one I was talking about. Still, Allen, like Hall, is just one cut and go. Like he's no nonsense. And you know, Wayne, trying to find running backs in youth football and high school, most kids are kind of afraid to hit the hole that hard.
Yeah.
Here we go. Better view right here. So it's a split zone, tight end flashing, and this is not easy to see, folks.
Yeah.
This is not easy to see. Yet he feels it. Excuse me. He feels it. I mean, that's great vision.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed too, a lot of the running plays were left behind Fashanu. I don't know if you realize that. Majority of the plays went to the left side, which is good to see.
Yeah, it felt like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just looking at some of the comments. Yeah, listen, a lot of good to take out of it. We'll see. We'll see what happens this week. who's getting more reps, who came out of it good, and who's in the doghouse and who made a case for themselves.
Yeah. What do you think about Brownlee and that touchdown catch?
Great. I mean, he's a special teamer too, right?
Yeah, he's he's getting worked. There was an issue at first where he wasn't playing a lot of special teams, but I think recently Boyer's worked him in.
Okay. Yeah, because that's a lot of it. Today, for our Alan Lazard haters, you see some of the plays he made today, and Charles, these guys, I'm telling you, man, things are going to change with Aaron back there. Everybody's going to be viable. It's not like, oh, I'm backside, I'm not getting a pass. You better be running your route to distance because he's going to find you.
Yeah, Lazard has had a great camp. That's not hyperbole. He's been great.
Yeah.
Here's Peasley to Brownlee. And by the way, Peasley, I tweeted this the other day. Peasley started slow. Like Jordan Travis, watching him move, I think he's going to be out for a while. He might not play at all this year. So they need a QB3. Peasley started slow. They signed the UFL MVP, Adrian Martinez, who you'll talk about. It's great performance in preseason. So this is a battle, Peasley versus Martinez for QB3. And Peasley slowly turned it around in camp before preseason. Martinez turned it around on a dime within a day. But this was confident. I mean, look at the D, one-on-one for days. And this is not a young QB's throw right here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's even tougher throw because he got pushed to the sideline.
Yeah.
Listen, with these quarterbacks, now is Travis on IR so he doesn't count as a roster spot?
He's on the he doesn't count as a roster spot. He's on, I think, the NFI, non-football injury, but it's for all intents and purposes, it's the same thing.
Yeah, you only usually keep two active anyway, but you don't have Randall Cobb to be your emergency. Someone mentioned Davis. Is that the other running back?
Yes, Davis. He did most of his damage in the passing game. We'll get a clip, that one catch and run.
Tyson Madden brought up Davis.
Okay, nice. Yeah, Davis. He might be more of a third down guy than Allen, but it's not as though Allen can't do it. Like he shocked the hell out of me in OTAs right off the bat, in how well he comes out of the backfield. Okay, here's the Isaiah Davis catch and run, which is I missed the situation, but regardless, it's standard 5-7 drop, 1 rob, 3 or 1 rob or whatever. I didn't look at the start, so it's just single high right underneath, and he's not in a good spot yet. He makes something happen.
Yeah, he came downhill. He came back to the ball, or he would have got clipped.
Yeah.
Well, you got some weapons there, man.
Yeah, like this is a better view here. That's a safety driving down, not the best angle. Let's be honest, but still, I mean, if you have your third back doing that, in regular season, that's a hell of a thing.
I know Izzy got a touchdown, but he's up against it. But that's the thing about going across the middle. If you can get past that first wave, you got space. But if you don't get past it, they got you. But if you can break that first tackle and get through there, what reminded me with this Allen kid with Preseason? We had Curtis, obviously one of the best ever to do it. Could do anything, and Lamont Jordan will come in for a series or for a couple plays. You look frozen. You there?
Yeah, something happened. All right. I had to close out the clips because my internet was going in and out. Everyone still got me? Anyway, you were going into Martin and Lamont Jordan, correct?
Yeah, just Martin. Yep. He would come out for a series, and Lamont would come in, give him a breather. I feel like that's kind of what the Brees and Allen relationship will be like.
Yeah, it does seem like it, right? Because Curtis, he was a power guy, right? I mean, how would you classify him as? Vision mainly, I think.
listen, he got a lot of carries, and he was durable. I remember the year he led the league. I don't think he had one rush over 20 yards. Like he earned
That's
it. You know what I
incredible.
mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, you get a chance to have Allen Cade come in and beat up on these defenders a little bit, make them earn it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, it's a nice little synergy they got there.
Here we go. Question, Eagle Fang. Wayne, what did you think of LT 56 play in the preseason? You think he has a shot of making the roster? Who the heck is 56? Who are you talking about, Eagle Fang? I should know this. The backup. You're not talking about Surratt, Barnes, Iguovian. Let me bring up the roster. I don't know who his 56 is off the top of my head. At first, I thought it was a Lawrence Taylor question, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, also Eagle Fang said Curtis, vision and shiftiness in the heart of the Jets.
Yeah, Quincy's 56.
sure.
Eagle Fang, what are you talking about?
Thanks, Greg. Rollo. He said Wayne and Robbie the best. He said Leonard Taylor.
Okay. Leonard Taylor.
The third.
You could see how they wanted him badly as a UDFA. A UDFA, near and dear to your heart, UDFA.
Right.
Dude has talent.
Yeah. Yeah, they're saying he might be like something, a really good find. Yeah, let's talk about Joe Douglas. Obviously the draft he has and everything, and the draft they had last year was phenomenal, and the Zach thing's gone. So I mean, whatever it is, I love the stance he took when this Hassan Reddick came out and said he wanted to be traded after all this, and Joe came out like 5 minutes later with a statement being like, "You're not going anywhere." You know what I mean? You're on the team, and that's it. Like, he's not going to give in to the guy's demands. I know they gave a good pick for him. I defended them. Supposedly they had an agreement that Hassan would play it out. That guy went back on his word, but I like that the organization just said, you're not going anywhere. You're getting fined $50,000 a clip, and you got fined $1 million already. You're stupid. You're basically gonna have to take off a year because they're not going to give in to him. And I like that. I like that stance.
Me too. It's a big boy stance, and my question is, what is Reddick's agent doing?
I don't know. It's costing him money.
The only way this works is if he targets a GM or an organization who folds, who says, okay, we will panic and here you go. Jets are not going to do that. So you're screwing your client right now.
Yeah. So I don't know. Someone needs to grab him. Someone in his group or this snap needs to know, like, immediately, like, this is not only financially going to hurt you, but popularity wise, even when he gets on the field, he'll get the cheers eventually, but people are going to remember, hey, I didn't want to play for this team.
Yeah, it is completely insane. I don't get it. I mean, the worst that could happen is he goes nuclear and decides to sit out the season, but he voids this year. Like, he's still a Jet if that happens. So
your face is frozen, so you know.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Let me see if I could fix this. Something's going on with the internet.
Listen, somebody said, I don't think it's the agent. I think Reddick is scared of injury, so wants mine. Dude, everybody wants to know. What do you do? Stay out years until your contract year? Listen, you're under contract. Get on the freaking field. Get in the locker room. Do something. Get in the building. Show good faith. Get in the building. Work out. So you don't want to practice and get hurt? Do something.
Yeah.
Get in the building. That's
do
all.
one of those hold-ins, right? Where you practice in good faith and negotiate.
Listen, just, don't go full, just get there. Why would you want to appease some stubborn, whatever you want to say? The guy just wants money for something he doesn't deserve right now.
Yes.
Just play. You're going to get that much more money if you go out there and blow out. Like, you should be confident that you can do. Unless you think what you've done is the best you could do and you're trying to get paid and that's it, count on yourself, bet on yourself that you're going to have 12 sacks, 15 sacks, be part of the top 3 defense. And, hey, here's a couple of extra million a year. Go out and prove yourself.
Yes.
It's not like you get your contract done. You got to keep proving yourself. He hasn't proven anything to the New York Jets. Why would you pay him?
And why would you think your market is any different? The Eagles could have traded him to anyone in the league.
Yeah. It's a
And
distraction.
if another team was willing to give him a deal right away, he'd be there.
Yeah.
But no other team was willing to do it.
Yeah.
So the Jets came in and made the trade.
Yeah.
So
And,
I agree with you, man.
well, the problem is the same team that he came from is who signed Bryce Huff. So people are always going to like compare, like, we traded him for him.
Yeah.
Essentially, Bryce wasn't a full-time player, great young talent. I'm sure he's going to do well, but it's a completely different situation. Reddick is, has done it for years. You know what I mean? I thought it should work out for both, but you just got a stubborn guy. Like, someone needs to grab him and just be like, listen, let's look back at the history of people who are doing what you're doing.
Le'Veon.
Yeah.
Has anyone learned from Le'Veon? Come on now.
Hey, you get these guys in camp that are performing. You get the first game and you see like these young guys, Will McDonald, these guys do great, and all of a sudden you're not as needed. Then hey, oh yeah, I'll take this as long as you get rid of my fines. So it's frustrating,
And the thing is, like with Chris Jones and Bosa, recent ones, it's a different situation because those two knew their teams were going to sign them long term. This one is not. Reddick has never played for the Jets. It's completely different. Yeah. Look at Eagle Fang. Reddick's agent. This is a good call out. And I was talking about the agent. Reddick's agent is the same agent for Lamb from the Cowboys, who's also holding out. Both need to fire their agent. Yeah, this agent, Dandy. I forget his name exactly. I think it's Dandy. He's been known to make a lot of noise as of late with his clients, and I think he's doing more damage than harm than good.
Yeah, he's getting his 3% or whatever it is, but he wants the big thing, this much for this much, where most of them are backloaded anyway. It looks like you're gonna make $200 million, but how much do you really make, other than the guarantee? But yeah, man, someone's got to be like, dude, like like I said, look at history, but look at the team you could play on. You could be part of a top 3 defense. You know how many people want someone from a top 3 defense?
Dude,
or a coach, a DB coach, a linebacker coach, especially the defense coordinator. When your unit does good, everybody gets paid. Everybody has opportunity. You get a chance to be that. He wants to go somewhere. I don't want to badmouth any other teams where he has a shot at a ring, but they're gonna pay him.
I'll do it. You want to go to Arizona? Go to Arizona. Yeah. Where he started his career, go for it.
Go wherever you want to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And listen, Philly's D is no slouch. They got talent, but the stats he could have with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets is ridiculous. And if he puts up 15 sacks, forget about it. He's going to be the highest paid guy.
That push inside that Quinnen and those guys have, and him on that, the linebackers. And think about this. We are going to be up in these games. These teams are going to have to pass. They're just going to pin the ears back and come up, on the opposing quarterback. They're not going to be running the clock out. They're going to be having passing situations for up in games like I think they will, which is, that's the best possible thing for a speed rusher,
Yes. Jetted out, $2. Do the fines go back to the cap or does the CBA take it? I don't know. This is a good question. I don't think the fines have anything to do with the cap. Reddick's paragraph 5 number, his cap hit is his cap hit. The fines are just separate, I believe. Double check me, but I believe that's the case.
Yeah, I think there was a question on, can you pick, if you're getting fined, can you pick where it goes? Can you pick the charity or this and that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If you look at, all right, so he gets fined $50,000 a day, but for these games he's missing, it's like 100-something thousand.
Yeah.
Like, it's more. I mean, it's a lot of times, like I said, they blend it in, they forgive it. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's gonna have to cut a check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Shafiq Khan. Oh, we got a someone in the peanut gallery over there.
Yeah.
Shafiq Khan. By the way, we got like a couple of minutes left, so get your questions in. I want AJ Martinez and Peasley as starter and backup in the future. Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. They were both tremendous But yeah, well, they got a long way to go before that happens.
Yeah, what was the guy, the Striffler guy we had too?
Yes, Straveler. Everyone loves Straveler, man. Hey, there's nothing better than a nice preseason hero story, right?
Yeah, listen, it's just gonna happen, and guys are gonna get a chance and do something that comes out of left field, and some guys are gonna show good early, but then the defenses and the guys in camp they figure you out. You're not under the radar anymore. But every year there's the next, this player, the next that player. There's been the next Wayne Chrebet pretty much every year since I left, and even when I was playing, what I mean?
Yes.
There'll be the next great, like you said, linebacker. We don't know what Leonard Taylor is going to be. We don't know what, this running back, Allen, who they can compare him to. Brees has done it. Brees, we know about Brees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these guys, but the stories in sports, that's what makes it's so wonderful to follow and keep track of these things and go back. I love those where are they now kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yep. Like that origin stock, DJ Reed. Yep.
Jerry telling you. Oh, real quick. The kid from the Canadian League, Stiggers, I heard he was playing good.
Yes. And he's funny, by the way. He's got a personality to him. Rookies. First of all, everyone's different. Everyone has their own personality.
Yeah.
Some guys don't like going up to the podium and whatever. That's fine. Stiggers, he's an entertainer. And he completely cool, confident, calm, goes up there and makes jokes, cracks. He's just hilarious. He's completely comfortable in his own skin and his own element. And I think it kind of translates on the field. To me, he's a physical corner. Still got to watch a lot more of him. But has enough quickness to get it done. I think he's a lock to make the team for sure.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's the kind of guy you want to root for.
Yeah.
Story, and he plays hard. I saw him come off the edge on one of those, blitzes off the end. Listen, a team like this is going to have their superstars. They need their role players. This just is important. The depth, the backups, guys like that, good special team guys. You got that. You're good across the board at three facets, and stay healthy. There's a good coaching staff, great management. Listen, everything's there, man. And I'm the most optimistic Jets fan. I understand that, and I'm being realistic. I know Lavernius would make fun of me.
Hey, man, everyone has a role. Lavernius, that's his role.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, listen, I'm not getting out of hand. I'm just saying from what I saw from the young guys that I wasn't sure of, the little glimpse in the first preseason game and the practices with the Commanders is something to be excited about.
Jetted out. Thanks for the $5. I asked because at some point Jets can't replenish his losses. Okay, you're talking. He was the one who asked about the Reddick fines. They don't have much money, and it's a dead end on his part. What do you mean by can't replenish his losses? You can type in the chat. No need to super chat again, but type in the chat. They still have like $8 million in cap room. So, they have enough money. It's not as though they have to pay any extra with those fines. It's just they're not getting the production for his cap hit. That's basically what it comes down to.
Listen, Joe and the rest of the management, Jaime, all those guys, they will find a way to make the pieces fit. They've shown that. Like I said, but do you go out of your way to move all these pieces to reward someone who's been nothing but aggravation?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy because there's no Jet fans saying pay that man. You know what I mean? There's nobody like, oh, you gotta pay him. No one's like that. They'll say, hey, listen, why did you trade for him if he wasn't going to sign? It's because he said he was going to, and he went back on his word. So I'm not saying, come on, hurry up and sign the guy. I don't care. I don't want someone to play for my team that I love and bled for that doesn't want to be there.
Period. Principle, I agree. Principle is important, and it might not help you in the present, but it helps you in the future.
Yeah. Go somewhere else. You want to go somewhere else, like Seattle, and get hurt, and play a couple years and get hurt, and then leave there? Mr. Jamal Adams. You don't want to be in New York? What happened?
Elijah Moore.
Listen, he got the money. He played like 3 games in like 3 years, and where is he now? You know what I mean? And guys leave. Sometimes I understand it. You can go get paid somewhere else, and it's not close. And I understand that. That's the life decision. That's for your family, everything like that. But when you're got a chance to play in New York, and they're willing to pay you a lot of money, but you want to leave for a little bit more, we don't want you. And I hope the guy signs, but if he doesn't, I don't think any Jets fans are going to lose sleep over it. It bothers me. It just bothers me that the opportunity of a lifetime, not to play in the NFL is great. It's everything. It's a dream. But to play for the Jets
with Aaron Rodgers,
York, with those fans, if you just win, I told Garrett this, if you win, it's like you're immortal. You'll be remembered forever. And
so true.
It just frustrates me that, just hold out for what?
Yep. On a contract that he signed, that he's on.
Yeah, exactly. A good contract too.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Last question here, folks. Dano Jets. Appreciate you guys. Good show. Last question I have is, Wayne, if you could give Malachi Corley any advice being a smaller, compact guy, what would you tell him? It's funny, we were talking about Malachi's size before the show.
Listen, I said it, people watching I follow fantasy and stuff like that, and college sports and pro, and just the name was always around as like a top performer. But the thing was just his run after the catch, yards after the catch in the last 2 years is essentially one of the tops, if not the top. The guy runs angry, he runs routes angry, and there's always a place for that. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, what they say, aggression beats talent. I mean, this guy wants to succeed, and it seems like he's willing to do the dirty work too, not just the catching. He's the blocking and all that stuff. Listen, he's the guy. When we had the draft, I loved what he brought, and I'm seeing the same thing from Allen. So you can see my guys are the guys who are going out there, banging heads and taking names, and that's what I want to see. I think that's epitomizes what this Jets team is.
Beautiful. Let's end on that note. Folks, share, like, subscribe on YouTube, on iTunes, and use discount code 80 on the site. Become a member today. You won't be disappointed. Wayne, good talking to you. We'll do it again pretty soon.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.